Gee, it sure is boring around here.
My boy, this peace is what all true warriors strive for.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
Meanwhile,
Te traigo mi suave. Regresé de entre los muertos con música de YouTube que cumple con los derechos de autor. Disfruta de la gloriosa suavidad conmigo bajo mi
So the question you're probably all here for is, can I beat Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link without the candle item?
The answer is no.
Join me as not only will I show you how to decimate this game without gaming over, and not having to backtrack from here all the time, because I know everybody loves that about this game.
Isn't it such a beautiful feeling?
I will beat the game without the candle, and on top of that, continually making fun of you while I do it because you can't even get past the first palace with max HP.
Why you bully me?
Anyway, let's get into it. But just before I start up the game, I obviously have to name my character, and I thought this was the best name to give to Link, because it's a word that probably pops into most of your bads' heads when I make fun of them.
Ta-da! Oh, it's true!
So as you start the game, you'll see Zelda sleeping right there. But unfortunately, it's not.
Smooching time!
But to actually get started, anytime you boot up Zelda 2, you always want to go down and to the left until you reach this cave over here. And a great way to always remember to do that when you play this game, if I don't go here at the start of the game, Igup's gonna spawn outside my house and come after me. Even though this cave is dark, the best way to tell where an enemy is in the cave is to look at the floor, and if you see any type of movement, then get ready to stab the enemy and kill them. After killing those floor enemies and some Octoroks here, at the end of this cave is the first magic container of the game. Now after that, we're gonna go back outside and up until you reach this tile here that looks like a forest. And after killing some bad enemies, if you crouch down and stab, you'll get 50 XP. Or as the angry video game your bag calls them, a bag of piss.
That's right, Link collects bags of piss.
That's disturbing.
After that, head up to the north in this area called the Tantari Desert, and here to this cave.
gee, it's kinda dark.
Normally this is a cave you go into after the Parappa Palace and acquiring the candle, because the whole point of the candle is to allow you to see in the caves.
It's too bright in here.
Too bright, turn them off!
I am too good at this game, and obviously not getting the candle for this challenge, so you just have to kill the bad enemies again, and be very careful because there's lava pits here.
What the hell are you talking about?
And there are Octoroks over there which you can clearly see can knock you into the lava. And the last enemy in the cave is the Garaya. They throw boomerangs either high or low. And unfortunately it's kind of tricky to tell which height he's going to throw at because I'm in the dark.
Igub, you said you're good at this game. Why should that matter?
Because I can't see in the cave. Whatever, just be aggressive and get up right in his face and stab him. It's easy. Then that allows you to get the statue item.
I call it bold and brash.
Which this statue item is required to get the jump spell later in the game. And because I got it earlier than normal,
Fuck it.
we're gonna go into this town, talk to this woman who leaves the house, and because we got the statue, she'll let us into her house, and there's a wizard in here.
It's wizard time!
And the wizard gives you the jump spell, which basically at the cost of some magic, it allows Link to jump a little bit higher.
Back at it again at Krispy Kreme.
The second to last thing to do is go to this town over here, talk to this red woman who comes out of her house, and you talk to another wizard, you get the shield spell. Again, at the cost of some magic, the shield spell reduces the amount of damage Link takes.
Your city!
How did you do this?
And no joke, it's the first spell you're supposed to get, but it's the second best spell in the entire game.
That's awesome.
It's the second best spell in the game because of how cheap it is to use, and how often you're gonna use it. And of course, how could I forget? Since Zelda won't let us have smooching time, you gotta hook up with the town bicycle to get your HP back.
Oh boy!
And also the granny in every town to refill your magic.
Hello, young lady.
Smooching time!
Now finally, you can head to this cave over here. This is the only cave in the game you are required to go through without the candle. But there's literally only one floor enemy, so if you actually get hit by it, you're just trash. And just before going to Parappa Palace, head down to the south here. There is a tile where there are floating bubbles, but you're probably gonna ask,
Igub, they're bubbles. What's the big deal?
I asked you!
do not underestimate these bubbles. They can knock you into the water and insta-kill you. I don't have to worry about it since I'm good, but say it with me, if you die to these bubbles, you're bad.
And that's a fact.
And then after the bubbles, when you reach here, make sure you kill the Garaya first because we grabbed the heart container and he's still alive. he'll actually be able to damage you while the animation for grabbing the heart container is going on.
That's some bullshit.
And that's just cringe. And after all that exposition, we can head to the Parappa Palace now.
Fun begins.
Now your bads. I've become a better editor, but the question remains. Have my map making skills from the first ever video improved?
The answer is no.
Okay, I won't do a map again for all these palaces, but I will say this. Besides Parappa Palace, I'm not going to go into full detail about every palace and show you how to get through them optimally this time around. This video is more about beating the game without the candle, and obviously none of the palaces require the candle. Check out my original Zelda 2 video where I showed the most optimal way of getting through each palace. And plus, in that video, you can see all the amazing maps that I did for every palace.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
So for Parappa Palace, the most important thing you want to do is make sure you have level attack 4 before completing and leaving the palace.
Got it.
And when you defeat the boss of the palace, you want to try and get to an amount where the XP the boss gives you, it gets you to a level up. But also when you drop the stone in here, you basically earn a free level up.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Okay, I'll try explaining this again. So at the end of the palace, Horsehead drops 50 XP, which took me from 100 to 150. But I'm gonna do the based option and reject HP leveling up. And now when I put the stone in here, it gives me all the XP I needed to level up my attack again. I hope you get it from that explanation this time. I basically didn't have to earn 850 XP to get to attack level 4.
That's a lot of
XP. But also, while going through Parappa Palace in my original video, I mentioned don't go in that elevator the first time you see it, because if I call you going in there, let's just say it won't be good.
I would kill you!
But this time around, actually, I want to go in there, get my XP from the enemies in this piss bag here.
That's right. I like piss.
Disgusting!
And this room is where the candle normally lies, but I'm not getting it. But I did want to talk about why that enemy there dropped the red jar. It's another type of mechanic that exists in Zelda 2. In this game, every 6th enemy you kill, if it's a smaller enemy or a blue enemy, typically you get a blue jar, which refills 1 magic bar, or less commonly they can drop 50 XP, and for the bigger enemies in the game, or the orange and red enemies, they drop a red magic jar, which refills all of my magic.
magic.
Or even better, they drop 200 XP. Because I'm so lucky when it comes to RNG in these games. Typically in this palace, if you kill every enemy, you're gonna be guaranteed to get 2 of these drops, and I'll just spoil it now. I got the red magic jar a second time. I had to grind and kill these stupid bubble enemies over and over again because I lost out on 400 possible XP.
You know what this is? It's the world's smallest violin.
And the last thing to say before covering Horsehead, wait to try and kill the bubble enemies when you have level 2 attack. It just doesn't seem like when you have level 1 attack it's even possible to kill them, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to find out. But finally, after killing every enemy, skipping the candle, grabbing this fairy here to refill my HP, and also this iron knuckle enemy, just jump stab him in the head over and over again, nothing else to it. When you reach this room with the curtains, equip the shield spell, even though it's kind of unnecessary for this guy.
fucking horse!
I'm just gonna take down Horsehead. It's the level 1 boss, so it's easy as shit, and I guess since it wasn't a hard boss,
It was a fucking horse!
so that is now Parappa Palace done. So in preparation for the Midori Palace, we already got the jump spell from the town, so now we're gonna head down to this cave, which is the first true test to see if I'm good enough to beat the game without the candle.
Given the lack of credible evidence you are presenting, I find it highly difficult to place any trust in the more than likely fabricated alibi you have given me.
So this cave is a few screens long, and it's mostly these enemies that crawl on the floor and Octoroks, but the main problem I'm gonna run into are the Garayas. Well, luckily I made it the goal to beat this game without gaming over, because I don't feel like resetting 1,000 times. And luckily any enemy that you killed on a screen, after you respawn, the enemies will not come back. After killing the Garaya this time, and then this screen, where I'll show on the side the lit version of the cave, I almost got killed by the red keys, which turn into these weird demons and shoot a fireball. But this cliff right here is the reason you need jump spell. So after that, you're done with the first cave, and luckily there's a fairy right here. And now as you head south, there's a particular tile on the swamp that actually holds a nice secret, which is a 1-up.
You are a liar! A deceiver!
Which normally I would never go for, but I lost a life pretty early on, and I do not feel like returning to the starting point.
Challenge again?
Anyway, now make your way over here, and just a quick tip, anytime you're traveling through the overworld, you can bait the enemies, and when they spawn, just go back to the main trail, and you'll never have to fight the enemies. But when you get to over here in this certain spot, how I always remember to do this is from this point, walk up 2 tiles, then just hold the left button.
10,000 paces east!
Where's the X?
and you'll find a secret cabin in the woods. The point of finding this hidden cabin, this leads to Bagu, who you need to talk to, so that the riverman in the next town allows you to go to Death Mountain.
What?
That's right, your bads. We're heading to Death Mountain before Palace 2, and without a candle.
What could possibly go wrong?
And instead of walking over to this bridge, and dealing with the cheap cheaps that steal 10 XP from you, I'd rather head straight down to this tile. There's another ferry for you.
How lucky for me.
And this much more simpler bridge, we can get some XP. And there's also another forest tile, which holds a reward for 100 XP.
W's in the shot.
Plus the fact it takes you to the third town in the game. I forgot to mention that very important fact.
You stupid rabbit!
The first thing you want to do is head into this building, and if it wasn't obvious enough, you crouch down and stab the table to find a mirror.
That makes sense.
Then this purple woman on the first screen who walks out of her house, you want to give her the mirror, and once you go inside, you will now gain access to the best spell of the game, which is the life spell. And this is the only way to heal outside of or dying like a year bad. Unfortunately, the life spell is rather expensive right now, so it definitely helps to use the shield spell as a cheaper alternative.
Simple economics.
Anyway, talk to the riverman, and if you talk to Bagu, now you can head into Death Mountain. In order to survive Death Mountain without a candle, we're gonna need to rely on the shield spell a lot, because Link's gonna need protection from all the tough enemies he won't be able to see in Death Mountain. You know who else needs protection right now?
My mom!
No, actually you. That you're bad.
Who, me?
You need protection while surfing the internet.
Huh?
I want to take a minute to say, if you enjoy my content and want to help me keep making these quality shitposts and future content, then I'd like to thank NordVPN for partnering with me for this video. Nowadays, connecting to your internet browser without protection leads to your ISP being able to see all of your online activity.
You naughty.
And that opens the door for companies and bad actors wanting your personal data. That's where NordVPN comes in. They protect you by encrypting your data, so no outside eyes can see what your deepest, darkest thoughts and interests are.
I knew you was lying. I knew you was lying, man.
Hey, who left that in there? I use NordVPN to protect myself when I'm online, so I can safely and securely use the internet, because I don't want to have a bunch of earbads sending me a bunch of Simon's Quest loose cartridges. Nord also has servers in over 165 countries that you can connect with fast speeds on multiple devices at a time, and it's very easy to use.
Yes!
This actually comes in handy for me when I'm working on projects and I've finished stealing all the memes from the I'm Good You're Bad Discord memes channel, and I can't find any more locally sourced memes.
What am I supposed to do?
Don't worry, bro. I got you.
But with a few clicks, Nord allows me to have access to more memes from different regions. I just wish it was that easy to switch regions on an N64.
What'd you say?
I'm in the mood to play my complete in-box Japanese Mario parties on My American 64.
USA!
6.5 hours later.
Well, it looks like Waluigi's getting his revenge for being replaced as the channel icon, because I'm losing so badly to him in this match.
Waluigi #1!
If you would like more info, click on the link in the description, and if you sign up now with my link, not only can you help support the channel at no extra cost, and also become more secure while browsing the internet.
We're safe now, kids!
The Black Friday deal is currently going on, which means it's the best time to sign up now with low prices. And you can get up to 77% off.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And of course, Nord offers a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Guaranteed!
Anyway, let's get back to the best part of the video. So normally when I'm going through Death Mountain and can actually see, it's actually not that bad, and I just keep leveling up my attack as I go through.
I actually think it's better to level up HP and magic first.
Yeah, I'd agree if I was actually bad, because high level attack in this game equals...
How about this?
Yeah.
But because I'm not able to see and don't want to take any chances, I'm gonna actually start leveling up my magic and HP sooner than I usually do.
Weak!
And the best general advice for Death Mountain, just always keep going to the right, and you'll never get lost.
What kind of place is this?
So the first two screens of Death Mountain are just filled with weaker enemies and nothing to write home about, but the third screen is where things started to get really interesting, besides the fact I just kept getting bullied around by these bad enemies, and it was really embarrassing.
What an idiot!
And now when you reach around here, you encounter the first tough enemy of Death Mountain, the Dairas.
Wait a minute! I get, why is that enemy visible to the player?
Honestly guys,
I don't know.
for some reason enemies with an orange color palette are visible in the caves, and I truly have no idea why.
But wait!
I have a guess.
I think the orange enemies borrow the same color palette as the items that are placed in the caves, because the items are also visible without the candle. I think that
Makes sense.
it also totally reminds me of this meme right here. Maybe that's some research that your bads can do, and let me know in the comments if there's an answer to that. But these orange Dairas are nothing to be scared of.
I have nothing to fear.
You just go in very aggressively, and just quick down stab them 3 times because I have level 4 attack. This screen in the dark right here is every Mario level that has random Chief Chiefs flying at you. And I hate those types of levels.
Last level's when, iGub?
Just gonna ignore that.
While ignoring that, now getting to this screen, this is where the first problem enemy comes. I'm gonna show the lit version of this cave. There's a red Dairas who are way more problematic than their orange counterparts because they throw axes. So I think you can guess what problems that creates for me when it's already difficult enough to see these guys. The problem is, I can see them throwing their axes, but I can't see when they're gonna throw it, and that's a huge problem. So instead of facing it on like an I'm good, I'm just gonna use the jump spell. And keep crouch stabbing because there's a red magic jar on the screen, but I can't see where it is, obviously. I'm legally blind. After getting through that screen, the Garaya almost kicked my ass here, and this orange Daira is coming at me.
No! What the fuck? No! God damn it!
It's so obvious. That was a
Misinput!
iGub, it's okay to admit you're bad.
There's a misinput!
So luckily these next 2 screens are just filled with Dairas and the small blue enemies. But on the second screen, where instead of going to the right, you're going to the left, there's a red magic jar I gotta grab.
Success!
I've played this game so many times that I know the magic jar is there. I am definitely not looking this up on Google.
I knew it!
Now we're heading into the final cave of Death Mountain, which holds 4 red Dairas.
But
There's a pretty cool thing with the red Dairas. If I actually manage to land a hit on them, it can give me enough time to see when they're throwing their next axe. But I'm not going to rely on that.
Still risky.
After that red Daira, I made it to the elevator and went down, and this room holds 2 red Dairas.
No problem.
I'm gonna fight the one on the left first, and then kill this Minesweeper enemy here, which normally you can't kill until you get another ability later in the game. In the lit cave footage, if you jump, then crouch stab in the air close to the enemy, they can actually kill it. But back to my non-candle gameplay footage. Yeah, sometimes in this game you can get to 0 HP.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter anyway. I just need to kill the 3 Octoroks in this room, and there's another red jar here to completely fill up my magic.
Something's not right.
You're probably wondering why me using a life spell didn't drain my magic meter more, considering it's not that high a level. So choose a spell, and then when your magic bar starts to refill, start spam hitting the spell button. And eventually, you'll use the spell, but for way less magic points than if you use the spell normally.
That motherfucker's cheating!
It's a very effective trick that I'll be using through the rest of the game. Now I'm gonna go kill the dark red Daira on the right side of this room, because he
Pissed me off.
Bad word.
Pause.
That was the 6th enemy I killed, and I was just about to try and pretend like I'm counting every enemy I kill.
boo!
I'm not sorry though. Instead, the enemy makes a different sound effect for when they drop an XP bag or the red magic jar. So I grabbed it and I was very thankful that happened in that moment.
Thank you.
After clearing this easy room, there's 1 orange Daira.
Absolute joke.
And the final red Daira is in this room. I also killed him, and that leads me to the best item in this game. The hammer.
It's the hammer!
I got all the way through Death Mountain and got the hammer while I died only 1 time.
Not too shabby.
The last thing to do before leaving Death Mountain, just break this boulder here with your hammer, and you'll get the 2nd magic container of the game. And of course I'm spamming my life spell button as this goes up. You know what, because I'm getting bored, I'm going to throw one of these in. Trivia time with iGo. So this section of the game right here, this is actually the map of where the first Zelda took place. Because you have the graveyard on the left, I'm assuming that's supposed to be the South Woods on the bottom.
Perhaps.
We just came from Death Mountain, which is in the north. And there's other stuff I'm probably missing, because I'll be honest, I only played Zelda 1 once, and didn't really want to give it another playthrough.
You disgust me.
I agree as well.
Zelda 1 is
Shallow and pedantic.
But you know, if you click a certain link, or join the possible Patreon coming out, you could help make the iGub Zelda 1 video a reality.
Spare change, man.
God, what have I become? I've become so
Shallow and pedantic.
The developers wanted to give the sense that Zelda 2 Hyrule is way bigger than the original game. So after going through one more cave where there's just some Octoroks and lava, and you go across 2 bridges to get more XP, and go to this tile right here, you'll find another 1-up.
Cringe.
Not only do you reach King's Tomb, but the 4th town of the game. So I just have to hook up with Granny really quick to get my magic filled, if you know what I'm saying.
I get it.
And then use your jump spell here on this building, you'll enter the door, and after you talk to this knight, you now have access to the best move in this game, the downward stab.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Downward stab just makes the combat so much more fun, and it absolutely destroys certain enemies later in the game. But you know who does the downward thrust better?
Vector! Oh yeah!
So you can make your way to this cave here, and I was being very reckless, but it doesn't matter. I got the 200 XP reward in this cave and booked it.
I'm in danger!
But anyway, this other cave on the right where you need the hammer, you go in there, and you get the second heart container of the game.
Nice car.
And now I should have went to Midori Palace, but I want to do this one thing really quickly, and this is something you can do later. You go back to this part of the swamp earlier where there was a rock.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Now you can break it open. This room's kind of annoying, and that red Daira, the downward stab makes easy work of him.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
And that was the last Daira you have to fight in the entire overworld. They will only appear later if you fight them in certain areas of the map. But let's just pick up the Water of Life and show what to do with it next.
Porque me estoy aburriendo.
Talk to this purple granny who comes out of her house, give her the miracle water, and then you'll obtain the fairy spell, which don't tell Mr. Crocker, but the fairy spell actually lets you turn into a... I'll talk more about what the fairy spell allows you to do later on. This tile of the swamp has a magic jar, but other than that, once you make your way through, you finally reach Midori Palace.
Finally!
So upon reaching Midori Palace, now in this palace and every palace except one of them, if you hit this statue, it'll give you a red magic jar, and you can leave the screen and try and get another one. Or sometimes they drop iron knuckles on you. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much into detail. Midori Palace, go all the way to the bottom, work your way to the top, then make your way to this long corridor, and there's suspiciously enemies that move just like Medusa's heads from Castlevania. No. But just downstab them. There's a red magic jar in here. And in this section of elevators, now you work your way from the top to the bottom.
And then what?
Just gotta make sure I get to the Tetris room unscathed. And in this area, I have finally gotten the Power Glove.
It's so bad.
And guys, I always make fun of myself for being bad at puzzles. I was not doing a good job of keeping track of my XP, so there are some miscalculations.
Math is hard.
Because there are not enough enemies in the palace to get to 3000 XP. And I had to end up grinding my way to 3000 XP by killing these bubbles over and over again.
See, Igub, this is your punishment for calling us bad all the time.
You win this round.
I felt like letting the Earbads win this time, so they keep watching the video. But anyway, definitely after this palace, you want level 6 attack. And I'm not gonna bore you with the rest of my Earbad gameplay footage.
Thank God.
Basically, I didn't die once, and I made it to the boss Helmet Head. Because I have level 5 attack and downstab, he's also a joke.
How do you do that?
But after getting 200 XP from the boss to level up my attack, that's it for Midori Palace. Luckily, I did most of the Island Palace preparation by getting the fairy spell already. So basically what I have to do is just go to King's Tomb here, and directly from King's Tomb, just walk down south until you fall. And of course that large gap, you need to use the fairy spell. And there's not really many difficult enemies in this cave. And I was really desperate to level up my attack.
Oh, don't do it. Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
There's not enough XP to get to 5000 in this palace alone. But even though
Math is hard.
I'm too good to die in this palace without a level up. So it's no problem. Anyway, now we reach the Island Palace, which this palace is going to be full of iron knuckles. And also later what I consider to be the worst enemy in the game.
Sounds awful.
So right here, these guys are Doom Knockers. They're pretty much a joke at level 6 attack and downward stab. I have to point it out, I like that the enemies just warp from the bottom of the screen. And also if you look closely, there's actually blood dripping off that enemy's sword.
Blood?
Because in this game, Ganon's followers want to use Link's blood to revive Ganon, which is so hardcore, but I love when Zelda games have dark elements like this. Side note, I miss when we had dark stuff in the Zelda series, like the blood of Link in this game. The king in Link to the Past literally turns into Sans Undertale. Majora's Mask. Do I really have to expand on that? Also, can't forget Ocarina of Time and everything that has to do with the Shadow Temple. Nowadays, Zelda is just Minecraft and boring as shit.
That's sure to offend someone.
Who cares?
Anyway, dumb tangent over. I have some news for Ganon's followers who want Link dead. They are not getting Link's blood off of me because I'm not gaming over.
And that's a fact.
Anyway, after that stupid joke, it's just getting keys, killing more enemies and getting some XP. That jump, you just want to make sure you jump as late as possible. And that statue right there has a red magic jar, so save it for later. But unfortunately, going all the way to the left, we have to deal with my least favorite room in this game.
Igub, this room can't possibly be that bad. What's wrong with it?
I wonder what old Igub thought of this room back in the day. Oh boy, do I have some words to say about this room. I'm just gonna let you watch. That feeling has not changed, because even when you use the shield spell, and then dig your way down to get the key,
It's It's enough!
Yeah, developer that made this room and thought it was a good idea.
Go fuck yourself!
Now when you unlock this door and go all the way to the right, here's the worst enemy in the game. The blue iron knuckle.
Uh-oh.
Since I'm at level 6 attack, they're not too bad. What I usually like to do is equip the shield spell and just get up right in their face and keep jump stabbing them. That's all you have to do.
It's just so damn easy!
Just before getting to the boss of the palace, if you stay all the way to the right and down stab, you can just kill that right iron knuckle and not have to worry about the blue iron knuckle, and possibly end up in a situation like this. And the boss of this palace is another blue iron knuckle.
That's not good.
I actually didn't have enough magic to even use the shield spell, so I was kind of sweating a little bit. The first part's easier, just down stabbing him every time he rides back in to scream with the horse. And then because I have level 6 attack, it literally takes 4 well-timed jump stabs to kill him. Wait, I'm good. Why in the world was I worried about defeating the Palace 3 boss with level 6 attack?
I don't know.
Maybe I should have made this challenge level 1 attack only. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a level 1 attack challenge someday. And an interesting thing to note about this boss, even though it says 300 XP, pay attention and do some basic math here.
Math is hard.
It actually gives you 301 XP. So I guess like me, the developers couldn't do basic math either.
No, that's not it.
Or just an error in programming, but I still think it's worth leaving in the comments. W's in the... So now I have level 7 attack, and that's it for the Island Palace. So I think like in my original video, I covered all of West Hyrule in this video, so I'm gonna save East Hyrule for the next part.
Oh, man.
And I mean honestly, I got through Death Mountain without the candle, and only dying once. So what could possibly stop me in my tracks later on? Luckily we're not at that part yet, but in the meantime I want to thank you guys for watching. Your support means the world to me and I appreciate every single one of you. I also hope you'll join our Discord server if you want to talk to me or fellow your bads. And I also post a teaser for the games I cover in the server, and you can get 2 days early access if you join.
It's free real estate.
Please like and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. And of course, if you want to see, check out another difficult game that I covered. Maybe something like Castlevania?
Perhaps.
Or if you just want something goofy and fun, the Mega Man playlist is perfect for you to binge watch.
Yes.
See you next time.
Where am I? Oh boy, smooching time!